bed remembers how you breathe, the way you turned beneath the sheets. Your pillow holds a quiet trace of every word we can't replace. I pull the covers close and still, your warmth moves through the air so real. The silence hums, it softly keeps the sound of where you used to sleep. The night forgives what hearts repeat, but not the ache beneath the heat. I find your name in folds and seams, a ghost that lingers in my dreams. No echo left, no voice to call, just shadows pressed against the wall. The dark now sings but low and deep, it knows the place you used to sleep. I lie where you used to be, still chasing your gravity. Every breath I try to keep fades in where you used to sleep. I don't reach out, I only feel the memory that time won't heal. Even the cold can't seem to creep through where you used to sleep. I lie where you used to be, still haunted so quietly. Your shadow folds into the deep of where you used to sleep. There's a strand of you still clinging to the cotton edge of sleep, where your voice used to linger and your warmth would softly seep. Now the bed feels far too quiet and the night too sharp to bear, but I still find your memory in the way the sheets still care. I press my cheek where you once lay, pretending you're still near, but the silence wraps around me like the echo of last year. Each crease a faded moment, each thread a whispered truth, and every breath I take alone still tastes a bit like you. There are fragments on my pillow, pieces of the love we made, a ghost left in the hollow where your dreams began to fade. I hold them through the darkness till the morning pulls away, and the fragments on my pillow are all that you chose to stay. I never changed the pillowcase. It smells like what we were, like the hush between our kisses, like the weight of unsaid words. There are fragments on my pillow, little shards of something true. They pierce me in the quiet when I reach but don't find you. I lie here with the pieces that your silence left behind, and the fragments on my pillow are the only things still mine.
Didn't shout or look behind. No trembling hands, no broken lines. You turned the key like you'd rehearsed, so calm it almost didn't hurt. No slam, no words to fill the air, just quiet steps down empty stairs. And somewhere in that gentle sound, I felt my world fall down. The click was small, but it was loud. It echoed more than hearts allowed. The warmth that used to live in here faded out and disappeared. I stood where all your laughter stayed until the silence took its place. And in that pause I understood some doors stay closed for good. When you turned the key, you locked more than the door. You sealed the part of me that can't feel whole no more. No screaming, no despair, just a calm I can't ignore. And I'm still frozen from when you turned the key before. It was gentle, too gentle, but the sound cut through my chest. You didn't have to say goodbye. The silence did the rest. When you turned the key, the world forgot to breathe. No letters left to find me, no trace of you to keep. No shouting, no return, just the truth I can't restore. And I'm still standing where you turned the key before. You took your coat, your scent, your sound, but somehow you're still all around. your shadow's trace, a ghost I can't erase. I pour 2 cups, then pour one down. Pretend you'll walk back into town. The air still hums your quiet name, but nothing feels the same. I keep your chair the way it was, afraid to move, afraid to trust. The silence speaks, but not to me. It's you it wants to see. Your key no longer fits the door, but I still glance at it once more. Like habit, like a whispered crime, I breathe you through the time. In the space you left behind, your warmth still fills my mind. The walls remember what I tried to hide. The sheets still hold your side, no matter how I try to find the way to say goodbye. I live between the lines, in the space you left behind. Your scent fades slow, but never gone, like a melody that lingers on. I whisper things you never hear, but still I say them clear. In the space you left behind, the echoes stay entwined. No words can break the quiet ties that memory designed. No matter how I try to find a peace I can't define, I live between the lines, in the space you left behind.
You left in such a quiet rush. No goodbye, no looking back. Just the sound of keys and footsteps fading down a one-way track. But on the chair your jacket stayed, still shaped the way you wore it last. It held the air of all your nights and stories now trapped in the past. I try to fold it, try to move it, but my hands just froze mid-air. It's more than fabric, more than cloth, it's the weight of you still there. The colors smell like your cologne, a mix of rain and something warm. It brought me back to nights we shared before the quiet took its form. The jacket you forgot knows more than you believe. It holds the warmth, the hush, the fight, the promises we couldn't keep. I wear it when I miss you, but it never feels quite right. The jacket you forgot still stays with me at night. you truly forgot, but the ache still feels the same. The jacket you forgot is hanging by the door. I haven't touched it in a week, but I can't throw it on the floor. It whispers all your silence, it remembers what we fought. And in this house of empty rooms, it's you, the jacket you forgot. You didn't know I stood there, just behind the curtain's edge, holding back the need to run and say the things I never said. You walked like it was nothing, like goodbye was just a breeze. But every step you took away was a storm inside of me. Your coat caught in the morning light. You checked your phone, you didn't glance. I whispered stay into the glass, but you never gave it a chance. The taxi pulled, you didn't wave, and I stayed hidden, small and still, a silent witness to the end of something that I feel still. I watched you from the window as you walked out of my life. No dramatic final moment, no last hug, no fight, just me behind the silence and you behind the day. I watched you from the window and let you slip away. Maybe if I'd opened it, called your name out in the air, would you have turned around or acted like I wasn't there? I watched you from the window like a ghost behind the glass. You left without a story, but the ache is built to last. No words, no confrontation, just fading steps that stay. I watched you from the window as love walked away. I opened the drawer you used to hide, found the letters you never let me read. Your handwriting shook with every line, like you were whispering what you couldn't speak. You said you stayed up through the night, waiting for me to see the light, but I was too wrapped up in pride to see the tears you kept inside. Some pages smell like your cologne, the kind you wore when we were home. unfolded truths and echoes of the girl I lost in you. Letters I found when it was too late, full of the love I let slip away. You waited for me, but I turned blind. Now I trace your pain in every line. I wish I'd opened them back then, before goodbye became the end. Now all I hold are words once mine, in letters I found past the time. Would it have mattered if I knew? Would you still be here if I read them through? But I was silent, lost in fear. Now your voice gone, but it's still near. Letters I found too late to mend, facing the truth I couldn't send. I keep them close, I hold them tight when I can't sleep alone at night. You loved me more than I believed, and now your love is all I grieve. The moonlight poured across my bed, but it was your name that filled my head. I whispered it into the dark, like lighting one last dying spark. The silence wrapped me like a sheet, where once your arms would pull me deep. That night I didn't sleep at all, just heard your name against the wall. The streets outside were soft and still, but in my chest the ache was real. I traced your letters in the air, pretending that you still were there. I wore the shirt you left behind and let the memories unwind. That night the stars all looked the same, but everyone just called your name. The night that held your name so tight wouldn't let me breathe, wouldn't let me fight. It wrapped around me like perfume, filling up this empty room. I tried to run, I tried to hide, but your name echoed deep inside. And in that dark I stayed the same, in the night that held your name. They say the heart forgets with time, but mine still rhymes with every line. And when I say I'm fine, it's true, except at night when I miss you. The night that held your name remains a gentle ghost I can't explain. I close my eyes, but there you stay, in every breath I push away. And even now I feel the flame of the night that held your name. You closed the door without a sound, but silence screamed and shook the ground. Your coffee cup was still half full, your scent still clung to every wall. I thought goodbye would end it all, but emptiness began to sprawl, and in the quiet left behind, I found the pieces you designed. The sweater draped across the chair, the echo of you everywhere, a song we danced to play too loud and broke the stillness like a vow. I didn't cry the way I thought, the pain was softer than I'd fought, but deeper still it pulled me down. In every breath you stayed around. What stayed after goodbye was you, not in body but in view. In every room, in every sight, you lingered long after goodbye. The way you laughed, the way you stared, still floating in the evening air. I lost your hands, but not your trace. You're gone, but haven't left this place. It wasn't in the final word, but in the silence that I heard. You live in things you didn't take, like shadows I can't ever shake. What stayed after goodbye was pain, but also love that still remains. You left and yet you didn't go. You're in the quiet, soft and low, no longer near, but always close in all the ways that hurt the most. I still don't touch your side of the bed, as if your shape might still be there instead. The pillow leans like it remembers the weight of arms that wrapped me when it was late. The blanket dips where you once lay, like love forgot to drift away. And in the hush of every night, I see your shadow just out of sight. Curtains move, the windows stay closed, like you're still here, just not exposed. The mirror fogs with breaths not mine, still tracing patterns lost in time. I fold the sheets, but not the pain. The way you left still feels the same. You vanish slow, not all at once. Now shadows sleep where you were one. In the shadows where you slept, whisper, stay into the dark, but you just flicker like a spark. You're gone, but this space never wept, just holds the shadows where you slept. Don't replace the things you left, as if forgetting steals what's left. I lie beside a memory that still pretends you dream with me. In the shadows where you slept alone, I reach for warmth that's long since gone. Your name still lingers in my chest, like secrets I could never confess. And even when the bed feels cold, it's filled with stories never told. You live in whispers gently kept, in the shadows where you slept. The door after you left, and all that stayed was what you left. Your scent still lingered in the air, like one last touch you didn't spare. It clung to walls and held the floor, a fragrance I can't ask for more. Not sweet, not sharp, just something real, the way your absence chose to feel. I breathed you in though you were gone, like some ghost perfume I'd never known. It wrapped around my fading breath, a quiet echo dressed in death. Your jacket hanging by the chair, still breathing like you might be there. I stood and let the silence speak, while every corner smelled of grief. It's the smell of your leaving I can't erase. It haunts this room, it fills this space. No words, no notes, no final line, just the scent you left behind. And even now when I exhale, I breathe a past I can't curtail. You left so soft without a sound, but your smell is still around. They say the nose forgets with time, but I remember every line of how you moved, how slow, how near. Your scent is what you left me here. It's the smell of your leaving that breaks me down, more than silence, more than sound. A trace so deep it won't depart, it lives inside my lonely heart. You're gone, but something still remains, in whispered scent that softly stains. And now I sleep with memories, in the smell of your leaving still holds in me. cleaned the room, I made the bed, tried to forget the things you said. But when I stood before the door, your side was waiting just like before. The empty hanger still a line, a lonely space you left behind. I reached to touch a worn out shirt, but stepped away before it hurt. Your cologne still sleeps in the air, a ghost of you that lingers there. The navy coat you always wore still hangs where you don't come no more. I fold my clothes and close the door, pretend you're not here anymore. But silence speaks in every fold of stories we no longer hold. Your side of the closet still feels like you, though dust has settled, the air feels true. I keep it there, I don't know why. A space I visit when I cry. It holds the weight of all we lost, and love that couldn't pay the cost. You're gone, but I can't forget. Your side is where my heart is kept. I never moved your final things, as if they keep me tied with strings. One side neat, the other bare, like half of love still hanging there. Your side of the closet stays untouched, a shrine of all we had and such. The shirts, the shoes, the quiet pain that fall like rain I can't explain. I stand before it, breathe it in, the place where memory still begins, though you've long since taken flight. Your side still holds me every night. Right past the bench we used to claim, the wood still carved with both our names. Rain was falling soft and slow, like all the words we didn't show. I stood beneath my broken sky, the place where laughter used to lie, and every drop against the stone reminded me I'm here alone. Your side was darker in the rain, still holding echoes, still remains the space where you would rest your head, now just a shadow painted red. I closed my eyes and felt you near, as if the past was waiting here. But memories can make it right, not in the cold of fading light. Rain on our favorite bench still speaks of promises made in silent weeks, of kisses shared, of hands once tied, now falling like the dying light. I sit alone and let it pour, the rain, the ache, the wanting more. And though the world moves on ahead, the bench still holds the words we left unsaid. It didn't break, it just let go, like leaves that drift with winds that blow. But even trees remember when, and whisper names again and again. Rain on our favorite bench tonight washes away what once felt right. But I still sit and I still stay, and echoes time won't take away. You're gone, but in this quiet rain I find our love and feel the pain. Where once we laughed and leaned so close, now only rain. And what we chose. I held the match above the frame. Your smiling face still looked the same. My hand was shaking, flame stood still, as if it knew I never will. The paper curled in memory's heat, but I pulled back before defeat. Your eyes, they caught me once again, like ghosts I couldn't let condemn. I tried to box it, hide it far, but somehow found it in my drawer. The crease is soft from all the tears that dried through all these silent years. It's not forgiveness, not regret, just something I can't burn just yet. Your image clings like morning fog, a quiet pain I can't unclog. It's the photo I couldn't burn, the one where love refused to turn. I lit the match but couldn't try to watch us fade, to say goodbye. I keep it there where light runs thin, between what was and what has been. You're gone, but somehow I still learn from the photo I couldn't burn. I've thrown away your notes, your ring, erased your name from everything, but still that photo finds its place, like memory carved into my space. It's the photo I couldn't burn away, a moment time refused to fray. And though I ache and though I yearn, some love is meant to never burn. You live in corners I don't show, in one small frame I can't let go. No flame can end, no ash can turn the photo I couldn't burn. Woke to light, but not your voice. No footsteps, no familiar noise. The coffee brewed in quiet shame. No second cup, no whispered name. I sat in stillness, rope pulled tight. The echo mist from our good night. The window steamed, the kettle sighed. But all of you had said goodbye. Your toothbrush stands but never wet. The pillow knows what I forget. The mirror shows a face I know. but not the one you used to hold. I made the bed, I washed the floor, but morning doesn't feel like before. It starts, it turns, the sun still climbs, but none of it feels truly mine. Mornings without a sound feel long, like love misplaced, like something wrong. The silence pulls like heavy sheets, wrapped in a world that just repeats. The news, the breeze, the radio, I'll play, but none of them let go of what was once, of what we found, now lost in mornings without a sound. No slam of doors, no quiet hum, just time that comes and leaves me numb. And though I move, and though I dress, it's you I'm mourning, emptiness. Mornings without a sound remain like whispered ghosts beneath the rain. I drink my cup, I make my way, but you don't start my day today. I miss the voice I never hear, the good morning I held so dear. You're gone, but still I'm tightly wounded inside these mornings without a sound. I walked into a quiet store and heard that tune we danced to before. The chords, the line, your favorite part, they pulled a crack across my heart. I wasn't searching, wasn't near, but suddenly you felt so clear, like you were humming close to me inside that faded melody. In taxis, cafes, midnight drives, those old songs keep you half alive. They echo back a younger me, the girl you knew I used to be. I try to smile, I try to stay, but all I hear is yesterday. The voice that once had called me mine now only sings between the lines. I hear you in old songs still, in notes that ache in time that still each verse becomes a quiet sigh, a love that won't learn how to die. still hear you in those ways. Not in the lyrics, not the sound, but in the silence wrapped around. I hear you in old songs at night, when all the world forgets the light. They whisper what I can't confess, that I still ache and love you less. Not any less than yesterday, but less like then and more this way. You left, but music keeps you strong. I hear you still in old love songs. You left your coat, you took your ring, forgot to say most anything. You didn't fight, you didn't plead, you just walked out so quietly. But silence isn't where it ends, it's in the nights, in sudden bends. You're gone in ways I understood, but one thing stayed and still it should. The cup you always used is gone, but I still hear you in that song. You haunt the space behind my eyes, in morning light and lullabies. Not in the things you didn't take, but in the breath that starts to break. Each time I hear your name out loud, I carry what you left around. It's the memory that stayed behind, the shape you left inside my mind. I can't erase, I can't repair a love that's still half living there. No box to hold it, no clear end. It lingers like an unseen friend. You left but never really strayed, not from the memory that stayed. You faded like a final note, but never left the lines you wrote. And every step I try to take still finds the cracks your absence makes. It's the memory that stayed with me, the one I keep but can't set free. It hums beneath my every breath, like something soft that won't accept death. And even when the days feel new, there's always part that turns to you, a ghost I've never fully swayed. You're in the memory that stayed. You're in the memory that stayed. Morning light across the sink, coffee cold, no time to think. Your voice still echoing the hall, but I
don't hear your steps at all. I lift the cup with shaking hands. A stain of red still barely stands. It's mine, I know, but looks like proof of something I can't quite undo. We used to laugh and mourn in slow. Now silence tells me what I know. This cup remembers better days when kisses came between our haze. Now lipstick fades and time won't stop. It runs like coffee, drip by drop. And though the stain is faint and dry, it asks me one more time, why? Faded lipstick on my cup tells stories I don't bring up. A love once bright now turning dim, just like the gloss worn thin at a rim. I sip alone and try to smile, but that faint red stays all the while. You're gone and yet I drink it up, this trace of me on my own cup. It's not about the mark itself, but what it means when you're someone else. The things I see, the things I fear, in every shade you're not here. Faded lipstick on this glass, a quiet echo from our past. No shouting match, no big goodbye, just stains that watched our silence die. I hold the cup and feel it burn, the lesson love forgot to learn. A single print, a single sip, and all that's left is on my I turned the page to something new, but there it was, just me and you. Your name in ink, still soft, still clear, like it was written just last year. I tried to write about the rain, about the day, about the pain, but every line somehow returns to memories that still can burn. I underline, I cross you out, but still you whisper all about the nights we held, the words we said, the parts of me I thought were dead. The page is yellow, time goes on, but love that faded isn't gone. Your name survives each passing day in places I don't show or say. Your name in my diary stays through folded years and tear-stained days. I try to write around the truth, but ink can't lie, and neither do you. You live between the lines I keep in silent pages where I weep. You're gone, but not entirely. reads, through all the parts no one else reads. Not loud, not bold, but soft and true. The part of me that still loves you. And even when the years grow wide, you're still the name I hide inside. No lock or key can set me free from your name in my diary. I reach for cups without a thought, one for me and one you're not. I boil the water, pour it slow, still count the sugar like before. Your side of the table stays untouched, but I still place your favorite mug. No one laughs across the steam, but I still stir like in a dream. I don't pretend you'll walk right in. I know too well where we have been. But habits don't just disappear. They linger soft, they echo near. The silence sits where you would be, a quiet kind of company. I sip and stare through morning's hue and nod to someone I once knew. I still make coffee for two, though it's just me and morning's blue. The second cup just gathers steam, like ghosts that only I can see. No need to talk, no need to stay. You left but not in every way. Some loves don't end, they just pass through. And I still make coffee for two. Still trace their lines across my mind. And though the day will start anew, my hands remember loving you. I still make coffee